But now the Mayhem making another push in, close to that Transcendence. Keep an eye on things now as Bishu just wants to get home. Looking for a bit of a dive, actually. You can see the rest of the Gladiators have already gone. It's up, has already been removed from the fight. Now Bishu gets stunned up, but really no damage to follow it up there. He's on his own, but he can boost himself back out of the way. Remix went down to Logix, but that's the only real casualty that's been suffered by the Gladiators here, and Hydration is pressing forward. A lot of damage at the disposal of the Gladiators. So much for shields up, they don't really need them right now. They're all going to have some of those ultimates now used by the Mayhem. Transcendence and Valkyrie both go off at the same time, preemptively, as the Mayhem hadn't lost any players at that point. Shaz moves forward here, trying to protect his team and give that barrage safety to Hydration as he lays it on down. Logix falls. Bishu now getting back into the fight. He seems to have found himself a Zenyatta, but thinks better of it. Needs to get himself back on towards the point, but it's just him here. The Mayhem, patience in spades, and allow them to take that first point.
It's really all on Bishu, so we'll see how Bishu reacts to this. It looks like you see from your screen, he's actually going and flying, going after Zebo, and they're actually able to take him out.
Yeah, a great way to start the fight, and this is more for the Gladiators now. They know they can go. The flash gets reflected. Logix with Shore up from above, dropping down. Swoosh now is just going to be completely cleaned up, and the Mayhem are looking out of sorts. A little bubble there. He sees Big Goose go across his screen, and this time Logix gets nothing with the Deadeye, but he does get the reload and a lot of healing available now, so he can do a little bit of this stuff. Play a little bit fast and loose and get aggressive, but it's another 2K for Bishu with that self-destruct. It may not be enough though, as you're going to see that D-Suit there come through pretty quickly. Remix down, Shorefall going to follow, and Logix is fighting all the headshots right now, and he has to.
Hydration's going to use his Dragon Blade. He goes right through Zupe, takes out Logix. Don't know if this will be enough though, and there's actually members from the Gladiators coming off the spawn. Hydration with 2 with the blade. They will get Manitin out of the equation. TviQ trying to come over the top here. This will be TviQ and Zebo alive.
Barrage doesn't get much there. He actually gets cut down by Shaz, and that's going to be pretty much it. The wick burns down. It's so far for Florida to walk back. They need a bloody Sherpa, and they're going to run out of time.
Pulse bomb, get right up onto him. You see the little purple arrows come right from the side. The pulse bomb comes out. They don't get anything with it. The nano boost online again.
Yep, Swoosh now going to get that one. The beneficiary, of course, the nano boost. Damage reduction and extra damage done. That's pretty handy. He's going to try and get aggressive. Doesn't quite get the jump though. But Bishu really had nowhere to run ultimately. Logix was hot on his heels the entire time. And now Swoosh can just drop back in, make sure they clean up the strangles, which they do. This is looking really good
for 3 members.
Logix doesn't make the connection. Hydration, he doesn't get burst out. Logix could have waited for the sound barrier to completely expire, but he went for it anyway. Hydration still goes down. TviQ finished the job regardless, and now it is going to be the Valkyrie committed to the fight. Hydration back, the second coming of the Birdman, but Logix is looking now for another target. Practicing some damage into some tanks to start this thing off, and Shaz has brought back Remix while Swoosh goes down to a pulse bomb himself. Manitin D-suited. Gladiators with positioning on the point here. It looks like Logix was the only man really with boots on the ground. He's taken out. One tick. TviQ probably not
very aggressive.
May as well. There's only 20 seconds left on the round. If they can win this fight outright, they may have the Gladiators dead to rights themselves. Shaz takes cover there behind the broken walls. Managing to find Remix with a big self-destruct, but he's brought back pretty much straight away. Mercy doing her thing over this fight. Manitin wants to hunt Big Goose, if I'm not mistaken. He's got so many other players. The Logix slow. Manitin kept him alive with a bit of defense matrix. Great presence of mind to keep his tracer back up, and it might take more than that because Shorefall now, he's on a run. Daddy's home, ladies and gentlemen. Shorefall's going to propel the Gladiators forward. They got one crack at this, just one.
Yeah, the Mayhem will have one more fight. Logix is actually up top on the castle to the right here of the payload. He could potentially make it back towards the cart. The Mayhem need to get out of this door, though. The payload getting very close to that golden box of victory.
Shorefall now on that high ground, looking for an opportunity to drop in. There is a barrage here. Hydration has found himself to support. Oh, it's a massacre. Hydration has found the most important targets, and now they've been removed. It's Logix and Manitin on the payload. They're going to get taken down, and the Gladiators get it done. Hydration goes for the big man play. They're going to have to bring Spring back onto the point, and they've done so now, but Bishu's taking a heck of a lot of damage. He's been focused. Where are the rest of the Gladiators? Logix, though, is taken down by Shorefall, who returns to the fight, this time as Tracer. It's going to be a Resurrect committed, though. Zupe wants to bring Logix back in Hydration. You can see how much space he's giving. The Mayhem are putting a lot of resources into this fight and coming up with little for the moment.
Big Goose is very close here to Valkyrie. Bishu will fall. It'll be Valkyrie that comes out from the Florida Mayhem. Shaz will take out TviQ. That'll force Zupe to use the rest on TviQ. Bring him back into the equation. Big Goose has used his rest to bring Hydration Bishu back as well. Here comes the Transcendence from the Gladiators.
Now, recall force for Logix there. He could have died. Now he has a Harmony Orb, but it's going to be tough for him to stand up against the heat. He backs out. TviQ's going to go down, though. Big Goose actually found him. That's massive. Big Goose, during his Valkyrie, blasts TviQ down on that Pharah. Pulse Bomb going to be eaten up by Manitin there. Not much he can do about it. Now the Transcendence being forced in by Severside. The Mayhem need to stick around on this point. Shaz being out of the picture could be good, but this could hurt. The Riptide's coming in now. Two supports are very vulnerable, and Zevosai is down. It's overtime ticking through, and Big Goose brings Shawful back into the fight, bolstering the numbers further for the Los Angeles Gladiators. Remix trying to be the doorman there. Not quite Hodor, though, as the bomb's going to claim his life. But Logix is down to Shawful, and there it is. The Mayhem failed. In here, the Gladiators still have a bunch of players to work with. This needs to be a big pulse bomb, followed up with the dive. Shawful wants to get some big taste for dinner. Oh, he's got one. Hoping for more, surely he was, but Swoosh goes low. Logix is looking worse for wear as well, and Shawful now has the chance to pressure forward. This guy's quick on his feet. They definitely don't call him Lame Roberts, that's for sure. And now he's got a chance here to set up with the rest of his team to capture this point. Almost one tick. The Mayhem have to go pretty darn soon.
Yeah, and the Gladiators have such a sick spawn advantage here. There'll be Shaz who takes out two. Zebo will fall at the end. Looks like Manitin just the person coming off the spawn for the Mayhem. And that will be it, as the LA Gladiators will take Horizon. Map number...
Giving Zulfa a reverse moat walk. I know Omnics don't have air, but just try and visualize it. And now he's staying pretty safe now. Knows when he can push forward. He's got himself into the back line, though, as well. Cat amongst the pigeons. And Logix has been taken apart now, one by one. Mayhem have been struggling to keep themselves up and healthy. You can see Manitin now just trying to heal. But Shawfall's down and Logix is brought back up. So this might be the opening here for the Florida Mayhem to make a play in. Swoosh is so low, though, and actually just walks straight into the shield and gets the damage in. Pulse Bomb! Oh, it connects lovely on a Manitin to take him down.
I was going to say, this should be a very long fight, because Valkyrie comes up for Zebo. You have Valkyrie also for Big Goose if they decide to use it. And it looks like the Gladiators may end up holding on to their support ults here. Just have Logix with the Deadeye, but no protection for him now.
Logix already down. They're diving that McCree so well, he just can't stay up, and Zulfa now falling. Looking for Zebo in the backline, but Shawfall knows that there's not really much chance of the Mercy having an impact on this fight now that the damage dealers are gone. And that's it. That is so nasty. And honestly, back onto the legs by the tips of his fingers, and now the rockets come in. Somehow, he stayed alive. Now hides out inside his little biodome for the time being, but he has to leave. He needs to forage for food or some kills or something. But Shawfall drops in. Damage still coming in towards the backline here of the Florida Mayhem. He's essentially getting to do whatever he wants. Bishu's being left unattended right now. He does finally fall, but the Mayhem have taken a long time to win this fight, if that's even going to be the case.
Shaz does his Valkyrie to use here. If they want to invest it for the Gladiators, it's going to be 48% and counting. Asher still in the point. Just a ton of percentage still going over towards the Gladiators. The stall here has been unreal, as now Big Goose gets back to the point. He will stall. You have Remix coming in with Primal Rage if they want to stall some more. Just trying to get maybe a support ult out or any type of ultimates out here from the side of the Mayhem, as this fight is still going on.
70% almost now off the stall here. TviQ trying to find himself a couple more kills, but that's it. The self-destruct might shut this down, but Ash is still on the point. He's still there. TviQ has a bit of freedom over the top of the point here. Shawfall unaccounted for at this stage. We see his Mercy close by, and he has a barrage that might be the way the Gladiators break back into this fight, but the need to connect those rockets. Asher finds Zevosai, second time in 2 fights. He's found a Lucio on his own. He's got Logix as well. That's 2 for Asher. Trying to hang around here, still alive, but the Pulse Bomb doesn't really claim the target it was intended to. The stall now continuing, but this time it's the Gladiator stalling just to stay in the map, or the round, should I say. Remix bouncing in, and that's going to be it. The Mayhem fight back begins. That should be about now. Oh, there it is. Shaz comes in with a salvo of balls, and TviQ is no more. Mats are desuited already. The burst damage is so real from the Gladiators. They go from placid to terrifying in a matter of seconds. Asher springs forth, and I love it. Explosive potential from the Gladiators, and Shawfall's just notching them up.
You talked about
the Valkyrie. And now look at all the real estate that's being taken up by the Gladiators here. The Mayhem are disengaging, pulling back off the point now, giving a bit of space to the Gladiators, but that's just what they need. Remix, though, has fallen. Asher found Zoppe. He's doing such a great job of getting into the backline so far this match, Matt. And now Remix and Shawfall coming back forces Zevosai to do the same. His Mercy brings Manitin and Zoppe back into the fight, so the Zens are back on parade. And Asher sitting back now, found TviQ. A lot of damage there. Shawfall and Asher combining onto the same target. So much burst available there. And now Remix trying to create some space. Shawfall with a Deadeye picks the monkey out of the air. And now Manitin will have to just try and abscond, head for the hills if he possibly can. But if you're the Mayhem, Matt, you can't be too upset there. Your 64 DPS is alike, and Asher now as well. Control seems to be in his hands because no one's looking at him. Most effective when no one is paying attention to him, and now he can start to chase down those supports. You know when a support for the last to die, it's been a good fight for you, and that'll be it. This series belongs to Los Angeles.
Valkyrie that comes out for the Gladiators here first.
Hydration, 3 HP on the Riptide, but it was a good distraction, it feels. At least that was the case. You'd see all the heads of the Mayhem turned in that direction to make sure they could try and gun the tire down early on. Bishu might be jumped on here. You can see he's still being healed over the top there by Big Goose and now the self-destruct. You can see everyone scattering to try and get away, but in the commotion, Big Goose found Zupe there, picks him up with the Caduceus Blaster again. The Valkyrie helping him get to grips with his target. And the Gladiators now will be harassing.
Logix who takes out Shaz, that'll force out Valkyrie here as 2 more kills go in favor of the Mayhem, but the Zasher answering it back. Still a lot of big bodies for the Gladiators who can get onto the payload.
Oh, he's so big. He finds TviQ there as well. I think TviQ was trying to sneak up on Asher.
And he gets Zupe.
Gets him. Yeah, that's another kill for him. That's big. And by the way, this Valkyrie, he's been using this so aggressively so far, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough here. So as a whole, Hog is going for it, trying to deny the high ground away from the Gladiators as they're knocked from their precarious perch here. But a churning scrap gun is managing now to pressure in. Primary fire is so much close up. Bishu actually managed to claim Swoosh though, and managed to have to quickly take a breather to even stay alive. But the Mayhem are rolling on. Despite taking some casualties here, this momentum is being generated here primarily from Logix and TviQ, getting damage in and managing just hitting hook after hook. Yeah, there's Big Goose and wait for his chance to spring forward. There's a supercharger in play now. Everyone's doing a heck of a lot of damage, but Hydration is going to struggle. It doesn't matter. He charges through. 1 slash takes Super. The dash deals with Logix. He goes down, but he gives his life for a very fire at all. And Florida's ultimates are starting to fizzle with 7 seconds left in the round. It's going to go now. It's going to be something here from Florida, but Chazel's got all the room in the world to work with here. Swoosh has found Bishu, but again, it's much more purple than white on the screen, if I'm honest with you. Swoosh a valiant effort to find himself too, but that's probably all she wrote now. We are into overtime. Pressure to the back line here. Shaz now going to be pressured down by Logix. He's looking to try and find that extra bit of damage, and it's a slap to the back of the head that achieves that purpose. And Hydration forced to abscond as well. Only 40 HP left. Bishu desperately trying to keep this one going. Somehow the Mayhem have found themselves a bit of momentum. It might be an opportunity to break in. Self-destruct over the top. Swoosh finds the kill with the Primal Rage. It's just Asher. And how are you going to stay alive here? You can see he's taking a lot of damage. And even got Pulse Bomb. That's just style points there from the Mayhem. They get across the line. It was looking like it could have gone either way.
You're building up that EMP yet again.
Get
You're
off
going
my
to see the
lawn.
tank mode come in here for Shaz. He's getting a little bit low, going to have to heal himself up, taking a ton of damage.
I actually find Super though. I don't even really know how he found that shot there, just flicked it out. He was being pressured by Logix. He knew that he kind of had to go. And
He knows where Asher is playing on top. Big Goose firing him as well. It'll be a self-destruct from Bishu that goes.
Oh, he got him!
Big Goose got to Nick.
No, again, Big Goose wins out the battle. The smug purple lady is down. The Gladiators might have a chance here. It looks good. It looks real good. They're at overtime, sure enough. But Zebasai went for that EMP and didn't connect it. Logix is still alive, though. He's going to have to keep himself scarce, though, to keep that HP. And unfortunately, there's too much scrutiny from too many players on the side of the Gladiators. And now they make it to that first checkpoint. Look like they wouldn't get there. But get there.
Primal Rage. It'll be the Mayhem who jump right on the card. There comes the Dragon Blade out of Hydration, though.
Damage from the Pulse Bomb there, but no kill for Asher. Now Hydration's looking for something with his Dragon Blade. He saved it because he did such a good job in the previous fight. His efforts contributed to the felling of Zebasai. So Amos and Yat are in the mix here, but the Gladiators are still pushing forward. This is what I'm talking about. The momentum now is really paying dividends for them as they've developed some in that previous stage. The same thing happened to the Mayhem. Very difficult considering how much commotion there is. Quick Pulse Bomb, a present from Asher, but it doesn't claim the kill. Now he's down to 23, forced into recall back, and Madison now starting to run a riot. Here's a resurrect from Zupe, though. Swoosh is back. And the Gladiators only have Hydration. He's forced just to try and fight his way forward, but he can't do it. And there it is. Florida Mayhem get themselves a map. Yes, it's only a consolation. Yes, the series belongs to the Gladiators. But they get themselves something. And again, it's good to see. We don't see it often.